this is Ruth Ann. Welcome to my channel. This is a video I'm going to be filming today based on the favorites of my husband's, of my collection. So, in other words, when I wear these, he responds, and I don't mean responds, I mean he just compliments me, okay? And he always typically will comment on them, and he'll say things like, that one should be in the lineup more often. That's usually the way he puts it. In other words, he's enjoying it and he wants me to wear it more often. So these are in no particular order. The first one is Chanel No. 5. Now this is a perfume that I have 2 bottles of this, and I don't probably wear it as often as I should because it's expensive, and the really expensive perfumes in my collection I tend to wear less often. But whenever I wear this, he always says, "Oh, you smell so good." This is just a very classy white floral French perfume. Of course, it's very well known. I don't believe it's dated. I don't believe it smells old, but that's just my opinion. I firmly reject any kind of ageism in fragrance. If you like it, wear it. I think that goes for whether you're male, female, young, old, middle-aged. If you like it, wear it. And this is just a nice white floral with a soapy musk base, and it's just gorgeous. And it doesn't last as long as it should. It definitely doesn't last as long as it used to, but this is just class in a bottle, and it's one that he really enjoys. Next up, this one is actually more similar to Chanel No. 5 than most people would think. This is a very bizarre looking bottle. I always think this kind of looks like an alien spaceship. This is Nude by Blass. So this is basically a yellow musk. It's a very warm, aldehydic fragrance with a burst of white florals in the opening that are so well blended you really can't pick any one of them out. But what this is a very loud, very beautiful, very warm, very sexy yellow musk. The experience of this fragrance for me, this is probably one of the sexiest perfumes that I've ever worn. And it projects, it's very strong, it's very inexpensive, it's absolutely beautiful. There's a reason why it's called Nude. It's one of those your skin but better kind of fragrances. And he absolutely loves that warm yellow musk scent. So you'll see that kind of as a theme in this list. Next, this is my favorite perfume. This goes back, of course, to the 70s, and this may be why we both like it so much, because this was really big in the 70s when he was a teenager. He's 9 years older than me. I was a child. This was the fragrance that all the young people were wearing. And it still smells very much the same if you get the one in the orange, with the orange top on it. So this also comes in a full 100 ml cologne bottle with a gold metal top. That one is a different formulation. This is definitely stronger and lasts longer. This is another warm, sexy yellow musk, your skin but better. Smells a bit soapy. All 3 of these perfumes that I've covered to begin with, you'll notice have a very similar theme in that they are a skin scent, kind of a sexy, warm fragrance, but they also smell very soapy and clean. So you get the best of both worlds, right? You smell like a clean, sexy woman, and of course that's why he likes it. So if you like that kind of fragrance, I highly recommend all 3 of these. Next up, did I say I had 5? I actually have 6. All right, next one is a newer one to my collection. This is Levine's fragrance for women. This is a sandalwood-based fragrance that is very similar to Guerlain's Samsara. However, this is more of a creamy take on it, where Samsara is a bit more sharp. This is also a small fraction of the price of Samsara, but it's very pretty. And you can tell I've gone through over half the bottle and I've only owned it for a few months. And I actually took this on a vacation he and I took together, and he just absolutely loved every time I sprayed this and every time I wore it. He just really, really enjoyed it. And I can't explain to you really why he likes it, but I can only describe to you the fragrance in that it's, if you like sandalwood, especially a creamy one, smells very classy, but yet is very budget friendly. I highly recommend this fragrance. And next up, I have Coco Mademoiselle by Chanel. This is a perfume that he bought for me. Oh gosh, it's got to be at least 10 years ago, 10 or 12 years ago I've had this bottle. Yeah, I wish I could remember exactly when it was, but I do remember him saying, all right, I'm going to get you a nice bottle of perfume and I'm going to pick it out. So we went to a Macy's, I believe it was, to the perfume counter. I tried to guide him to a Estee Lauder fragrance I wanted, and he said, nope, you're going to leave me alone and I'm going to smell things and I'm going to decide what you get. And this is the one he chose, and this is after over half an hour of smelling different fragrances. He very quickly decided he liked Chanel better than anything else, and of all the Chanel fragrances, this is the one that he liked the most. So this is the the OG Coco Mademoiselle, which is a classic white floral perfume with this wild kind of patchouli base. And this is a very aldehydic patchouli. This is a kind of go right up your nose and burn the inside of your nasal passages kind of patchouli. It's not a dirty hippie patchouli. It's a very clean, aldehydic, classic patchouli. This is also one of probably the most popular perfumes on the planet. It also is the one of my collection that probably garners the most compliments from strangers. In fact, the last time I wore this was in downtown Madison, Wisconsin. And if you've ever been there, there's a lot of homeless people and beggars in their downtown. And it's also a real druggy kind of an area. Unfortunately, I was very, very alarmed by that city. Anyway, and we actually had a beggar approach us, and the first thing, and the reason he used to approach us was this fragrance, and he could smell me wearing this, and he's like, oh, that's such a beautiful perfume, and that was the pretense in which he proceeded then to beg for money from us. So anyway, if you want compliments from beggars, or basically anyone out in public, this is a beautiful fragrance, very classy. It bothers me a bit. Quite frankly, the patchouli is a bit too much for me, and I have a hard time wearing this. In fact, after about 8 hours, I feel like it's choking me. So that's why I have not been able to finish this bottle. I'm kind of a bottle finisher. This fragrance, to be honest with you, I struggle with, but it's one that he loves. All right, I have one more. And this is by Coty, and this is Exclamation. This is a iconic 1980s perfume. The nose on this is Sophia Grosjean, who is my favorite perfumer. This is a peach dominant fragrance. A lot of her creations are made with a heavy peach note. This is no exception. So this is an aldehydic warm floral, and it goes on with this aldehyde, not a strong aldehyde, but there's definitely aldehydes. I think anything prior to 10 years ago is going to have some aldehydes in it, and it's got a really prominent, bright, happy peach note. It's got a very light spice kind of mid notes with a real creamy, sandalwoody kind of benzoin dry down. And it's just lovely, absolutely beautiful from beginning to end. For being in such a tacky bottle and being so inexpensive, it is probably the best perfume that you could buy for the money, in my opinion. It's absolutely gorgeous. It performs far better, I would say, even than Chanel No. 5. Chanel No. 5 is about $100 to $120 a bottle. This is less than $20 and lasts twice as long. And it's absolutely gorgeous. In fact, I wore this a couple days ago, And my husband just literally followed me through the house and said, "Oh, I can smell you. I can smell that perfume that I love so much," and he just says to me several times during the day, "You need to wear that more often. You need to wear that way more often." So he absolutely loves this. I love it too. And anyway, those are my top picks for his favorite perfumes. And of course, all of us ladies know, if you have a man in your life, that you want to smell good for yourself, but also for him. So I just wanted to give you this take on his opinions of my perfume collection. And I hope you enjoyed this video. Thank you for watching. I'll see you on the next one.